Semi-conference finals, game 7, Milwaukee Bucks at the Boston Celtics. Final score ended up being 81 Milwaukee, 109 Boston. Now, I'm not going. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, to be honest, at the begin, in the first half, it seemed like it was going to be. It was going to come down to the last seconds of the game, and the Boston Celtics coming out in the second half. Literally, nobody could miss. Nobody can miss. They got key contributors. Grant Williams, who led the team in scoring with 27 points. Jaylen Brown had 19. Jason Tatum had 23. Um, Everybody was contributing. Pritchard even contributed with 14 points. Like it was nothing short but amazing. And that's what they need. That's what the Boston Celtics need to do. They rely too much on playing too much hero ball between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, that they don't get the other guys involved. And when it comes down the stretch, and they're struggling, this is how they end up losing games. But this was a nice team victory for the Boston Celtics. Like I said, like it seemed like when they came out in the second half, they literally left Milwaukee in the dust. Like they took care of business tonight. Now, when it comes down to the Milwaukee Bucks, look, to be honest with you, like they came up short in the second half. They just came up short. At the beginning of the game, it seemed like Giannis was understanding that he didn't have to be as aggressive in this game. He could have came out and definitely got his other players involved in the game. I believe in the first quarter, he had like 7 assists in the first quarter, getting Holiday involved, getting Brook Lopez involved, like we talked about throughout this whole series, but they just ended up coming up short. And again, it all comes back down to them losing game 6. They put themselves, have too much pressure going into this game 7, and was expected to come out and win. And knowing that the fact that both Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown can both go out there and get you 40 on any given night. So it's unfortunate. The former NBA champions, the Milwaukee Bucks, they end up coming up short. I know Giannis is going to take a lot of criticism due to his limitations, even though that he scored 25 points. But me personally, my biggest issue with Giannis is he needs to understand what his game is. Look, you were dominating, driving into the paint, getting the job done. I don't like to see him take ill-advised jump shots for no reason. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That was my biggest issue. Also, them getting Brook Lopez involved a little bit too late. It almost seemed like he was watching the game of 2K, where you sit back and watch a point guard go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and he ends up getting somebody puts a hat on him, and then can't score anymore. Then he wants to get his other teammates involved. Not to knock Giannis, but that just seemed what it was. And unfortunately, everybody couldn't get involved in the game. In the other games that they possibly could have won versus the Boston Celtics. But they definitely did miss Chris Middleton tonight. They needed that other score. And more importantly, that this has just they've been itching me the last couple of games, is Grayson Allen. What in the world is Grayson Allen was doing out there for the majority of the game? Like, I felt like we saw more Grayson Allen than we saw Pat Connaughton. Pat Connaughton is not much better than Grayson Allen defensively, but at least we know we can rely on him to make consistent, buckets when we need them. I ain't gonna say consistent, buckets when we need them. He was key in the last 2 games. Pat Connaughton and Grayson Allen was just not getting the job done. But congratulations to the Boston Celtics. They're going to the conference finals, going to be playing the Miami Heat. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be a perfect matchup, considering the fact that the Miami Heat, they don't just rely on just one particular player to score all the points. They spread the ball around evenly, and they like to shoot a lot of threes. So this is probably the best matchup for Boston, especially considering the fact how they start off the season, basically not even being in the playoff picture, and now they was the 2nd seed, and they're threatening to go to the NBA Finals. It's definitely amazing. But it's going to be an amazing series for the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat.
Nah, for the Bay. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, we don't care what you said. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, we ain't hearing what you said. Nah, for the Bay. Fire!